have a bunch of science articles. We're going to talk about FIRST Robotics today. So we have Colin Schultz, Max Knopf,
Isaac Weber,
and myself, Ethan Weber. And Colin is on the robotics team, Isaac is, and so am I.
And a member of the famous sports podcast here at the
Yeah,
Holstein
we
High
have
School.
another a sports podcast going on, and we have Colin Schultz, who is co-founder of that.
We like to get involved in all the podcasts here.
And all your
Yes.
15 viewers.
Yes.
Shoot.
And Max Knopf is not on the robotics team, but he's going to be here as our outside source, probing questions and getting the scoop. Yeah.
The inside scoop,
Yeah.
folks. That's
Seeing
what
what
we're
the
all
outsiders see.
All right, so let's get into this robotics life. So you're kind of wondering, like, what is FIRST Robotics, and we're going to explain it to you. FIRST Robotics is kind of a sport. It's a sport for the brain. It's you want to talk about
It's the hardest fun you'll ever have.
Right. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, that was golf.
completely agree with that.
But it's not like you have to be smart. Anyone can join this.
Yes.
Anyone
that is a
can join
common
this.
misconception.
This is a common
So I don't
misbelief.
need any experience
You do not need
whatsoever.
any
And I
experience.
get slightly mad when people are like, "Oh, I'm not smart, so I'm not going to join robotics." No, you
It may
can
be
join
hard,
robotics.
Exactly.
but you're with a team to
Yep,
learn.
and you learn,
All right.
and it's a lot of fun.
So it's a competitive sport. It's a life experience. It's amazing. It's community. It's opportunity. It's FIRST Robotics. And it's the hardest fun you're ever going to have, but it's fun. So
Yeah, the
It all
word
pays
word
off.
fun is in
yes,
there.
it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
All
come
right.
on, people.
So, FIRST Robotics, FIRST is an acronym. It stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. This organization was founded by Dean Kamen in 1989. And Dean Kamen is kind of known as this legendary inventor and
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Legend.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, if you folks at home, if you've heard of the Segway, then you've obviously heard of Dean
Yes,
Kamen.
Dean Kamen has invented the Segway.
What else
and-
has he invented? You've probably...
Yeah,
Got it.
he's working on the slingshot, which is to bring water to places in need.
Okay.
So it's like a big water purification system.
Yeah,
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
and he's created much more. He's working on an advanced prosthetic arm that can have feeling, and it has more range than most arms out there.
He's doing everything.
It's pretty awesome.
It's very
actually.
impressive. He has his own company called DECA, which is in Massachusetts, I believe.
I don't know.
I
You would probably be the one to know.
believe
Yeah.
so. And he went to WPI for school.
The
Little
arch
legend.
rival of MIT.
Yep.
Yeah?
All right, so this is FIRST Robotics. The reason Dean Kamen started this is because he always went up to students and asked, "What do you want to be?" And a lot of students said, "I want to be a professional athlete." But in reality, that's not reality.
Chances of success are very slim.
Very.
Yeah, of being a professional athlete.
Right, and Dean
Yeah.
Kamen was just fed up with this. He was mad. Like, he thought
Just a little mad.
there's so many opportunities for engineers and scientists that everyone who wants to be one can be one. There's so many opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it's just booming right now.
Right, and
Engineering.
Dean Kamen has created this, and he's proving that it is a fun organization.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
We
a
love
lot of people, they want to go into sports as a future because sports are fun, right? Like
Yeah.
you play on a sports team in school, so you want to do that when you're older. Well, if you join robotics and you have
Yeah.
fun,
Let's make a sport for engineering.
Yeah,
It's literally
That's
what it is.
pretty much what it
FIRST
is.
Robotics.
And now you may be thinking, I gotta wait till high school to get into this, but actually you don't. It starts at 8th grade kindergarten, okay?
Oh, wow.
I mean, we got the
Kindergarten.
youngins. Like, there's
Yeah.
5-year-old prodigies
I mean, just
running
like we're
around.
starting soccer and football and all of those
Yeah.
other basketball, we have camps very young.
Yes.
Why can't we get started with robotics?
Yeah, I mean, easily.
Let's do
Let's
it.
get jacked up about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty jacked up
let's
right
do
now.
this.
I can barely contain
So there's the
myself.
junior first Lego League, there's the first Lego League, which is grades 4 through 8, then there's the first Tech Challenge, which is kind of a step down from the, I guess, varsity robotics you'd call it, which is what we're a part of, the FIRST Robotics, which is FIRST Robotics Competition, which is the FRC,
Yeah,
and that's the
that's the big robots.
big robots.
The
Very,
big rigs.
very expensive, but the students don't have to pay anything.
They
They're,
don't.
they're there to have fun and learn with
Yep.
mentors and sponsors along the side.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It's
you
great.
got a lot of big name sponsors, too, for this. Like, they got NASA, GM,
So many
universities.
colleges and stuff.
Boeing.
Probably got Sargento in there somewhere.
Sargento, yeah, probably.
Probably.
Saw Ford before. That
Little
kid's very
Caesars
enthusiastic. I just wanted to say
Sponsoring all the
that.
pizza parties, I'm sure.
Little
Yep.
Caesars.
Oh yes, Little Caesars. $5 takeout
Many
pizza,
pieces of
guys.
Little Caesars pizza
Yeah,
are
so,
consumed
so
during
Dean
the robotics
Kamen has
season.
created this legacy, and it is revolutionizing. and it is going to keep continuing. Right now, like team numbers are all the way up to
To the 5,000s.
yeah, like
6,000s, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Huge.
growing rapidly.
Huge.
Dean Kamen's goal is to get it in every school, and I think we will get there eventually. We're going to help with that.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, so what makes up an FRC team? So high school age students, kind of what we talked about.
Anyone.
Yeah, so this is the varsity side. This is, yeah, anyone can be in this.
We're going to emphasize that. Anyone.
So some
Anyone.
people are like, I don't know anything about robotics. I can't do that.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all.
Learn about it.
That's the whole point of this organization, for you to learn. It's not for you to
Yep.
come in with your skill set that you don't want to improve.
Yep, and you can investigate potential career fields. It's
Exactly.
like it's like a
Exactly.
win-win. Like you
Right.
can't go wrong with
And,
FIRST
if you
Robotics.
can say that you have this experience, like you only gain so much in the classroom, but when you can apply what you learn in the classroom to building a robot and machines,
I mean,
You
your eyes
try
just
building
opened.
a robot. That was once said by a famous man.
Yeah,
You try
It's
building
tough.
a robot.
it's tough.
it is tough, but it is the hardest fun you'll ever have.
Again, there it is.
All right, and like what we said earlier, the sponsors here, it is free. We have sponsors, companies paying for
For
students.
everything.
I mean, why wouldn't a company pay for this robot if it's going to make their future employee more
Mhm.
prepared for the job?
Yeah,
Exactly.
obviously.
It's a win-win, folks.
So it's a win-win for everyone. We're solving the problems of tomorrow.
The only people that lose are the people that don't join. So
Yes.
say, so
Exactly.
say I
Yes.
do join. How much time am I looking to put in this on, let's say, a week-to-week basis?
Sure. So that's a good question. It kind of varies. Some people are more busy than others, and
It depends on how much time you want to devote to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can-
it's very flexible
Exactly.
between people.
we do have each team will have different meeting times. Since it's a 6-week build season, many times it will be a lot of hours in total.
Mhm.
But some students, if they're busy, they can come when they want.
Yeah.
And even if you can't make it every single night, it's good.
Mhm.
You're doing it for yourself and for the team.
Yeah. It's not like a requirement you have to show up every meeting,
No.
but you know, any help you can get,
And
greatly appreciated.
there are no tryouts.
Nope.
So you
No
automatically are
tryouts.
on the team.
No tryouts.
Perfect for me.
You just
Anyone
show up,
is
you
in.
sign up, and you're there. You're on.
Exactly. And another benefit about this is that we have adult mentors, professional engineers coming to teach students.
Yeah, so it's not just the
So
students
it's not
that are
like the students getting together.
stuck there not knowing what they're
Right,
doing.
if the students-
mentors are there.
Mentors are there to help, but they're really encouraging the students to learn their
Yes.
way.
Mm-hmm.
When they get stuck, though, mentors are there to, like, I did this when I was,
Right.
Freshman, yeah.
or when I was in my job as an electrical engineer. I had this problem, and now I know how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's tons of mentors.
Exactly.
And there might be like a bunch of people saying like, I don't know, I don't think I'm very suited for engineering. I don't think I want to go into engineering. But I mean, I'm not here to tell you like you're wrong. You don't know at all what you're talking about. I'm just give it a try. You know, you never know until you try.
And
And for
along with that, if
Yeah.
you're not
if you're not
very
then-
interested in
yeah.
math and science, there's a lot more than math and science that goes into
Mhm.
FIRST Robotics. We have business side, a marketing side.
yeah, you have to like market
Building,
your team.
building
Exactly.
too.
Yep.
It's not just about the robot. It's more
Yeah,
more about everything.
especially for like the bigger teams.
Right. We're increasing awareness. We're advertising for money.
Yep.
For the marketing aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
I mean-
you have to go and propose yourself to your
It's
sponsors.
like a small.
Yeah.
It's like a small business you're running.
I mean,
Right.
there's like a lot of different
But not
aspects
profit, of course.
to
nonprofit.
competitions. Yeah, not a lot of different aspects to the competitions. You know that it's not just all about the competition. Like there's other
Exactly.
things going around inside
Mhm.
those competitions, like that will appeal to marketing and business and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So this is a very well-rounded program, is what
Right.
you're getting.
And maybe
Pretty much,
someone
yeah.
is really interested in design. Maybe they don't want to be putting
Maybe-
the
yeah,
nuts
exactly.
and bolts on the robot.
Maybe it should be.
But if they can create the logos and everything else, it's a lot of
Mhm.
fun, and it
Mhm.
really gets the team spirit going.
Yeah, a lot of different awards too can be won.
So many awards. There's Chairman's Award. There's
Yeah,
all
I believe
kinds of-
chairman's is not really
Right.
having to deal with the overall design
Right.
and stuff of the robot.
So
It's, like,
Chairman's
other
Award
things.
is it's an award that is for the community service aspect and recruiting outreach. And again, that's not just building a robot; it's more than that. So, although I don't know, we like to do it all.
We like to do the hands-on.
Yeah. So we like the robot and we like the other aspect, but we're just saying that there's many opportunities and you don't have to be limited to one.
Yes.
anyone can join.
We have a
Literally
question
anyone.
from a viewer, K. Weber Music. Could you speak to the cooperation and the gracious professionalism aspects
Yeah.
of SR?
So-
FRC?
Well, I
choose-
could talk about the
Yeah, go for it.
cooperation.
Cooperation.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even know.
What does that mean, Colin?
I just kind
Well,
of.
you know, I feel like a lot of teams, because in the competitions you have your team
Yep.
with your
Oh.
robot, but you also have alliances, which are made up of 3 robots. So there's got to be a cooperation aspect where you're going around and you're talking to the different
Yeah.
teams. You know, you're strategizing and everything. You know, and most teams are like really nice at the competitions.
Exactly.
Like they love to make friends. Everyone's around there making friends. Like, you know, obviously you're competitive on the field, but off the field you're you know there to like spread word and make friends and all that stuff.
Right.
So that's a cooperation aspect, I believe, of robotics.
Yeah, so it is a competition, but
Yeah.
it's more of a cooperation.
Like, if you go to a robotics competition, right, you'll see a bunch of kids out there dancing with people from teams that they've never, like, seen
Yeah.
Yeah,
before.
Robo-prom
Right.
at the national competition.
Yeah, there's something
Excellent.
called Robo-Prom. It's like the night before the national or world robotics
Yeah,
competition.
world.
Yep.
Jeez.
And it's just everybody that's at the world competition, everyone that wants to go, you just go. And you just talk to someone new.
Yep.
Making friends.
And gracious professionalism is the same way. We're not competing. We are being gracious to one another, and we are helping each other in any ways possible. Like at competitions, when someone needs a part, they just go over and ask the team next door in
Yeah.
the pits that it's called the pits where the teams are stationed. You can go to any team, and I'm sure they will give you
Yeah,
more
and
than
especially
happy
like
to roll.
international teams, you know, where you can't like
Exactly.
ship things through
Yeah, you're not-
airports and stuff. You
You're
know,
not going to ship a toolbox from
And
Brazil.
like we have
though.
some
Yeah.
teams from all over the world that come, like Turkey,
Israel
and
and all that.
Israel,
yeah, it's just awesome to see.
into Wisconsin.
Yeah, being very
Right?
culturally diverse. Yes. Yep. I believe we do have a few teams, international teams this year also from Israel and Turkey.
Exactly. And
At the
Chicago.
Milwaukee. Yep. I mean,
Yeah. So I guess that kind of covers that. It's not just we want to get first place. It's just having fun and
yeah. I mean, this isn't March Madness here.
no, this is not.
No.
This is a different brand of March Madness.
Yes.
This
for
is
robotics.
robotics.
This is the
Madness.
robotics. It is a sport. I
Yeah.
would argue that this is a
Yeah,
sport.
I mean, it is competitive at
Because-
times, but
Now that people are probably wondering like, how the season works, you know?
yeah. Like,
So-
jeez.
All right. So
Let's get it.
when we start every year, it's usually like around the first
Around the
Saturday.
turn of the calendar year.
Yes.
Right.
The first,
The first Saturday
Saturday of
the new year.
January. So the new
Unless it's January 1st, like it was this year.
Oh.
And what
Yes.
happens is at about like 9 o'clock or so, there's this webcast that goes out, and the new game for the year is revealed. So this could be like a new soccer game, a new hockey game, or it could
Anything.
be building, like, I don't know, stacking
Wrenches,
stuff.
ratchets, wrenches, nuts,
It
and
could
bolts.
be anything, and
repair
we're gonna get to
consoles,
what the game
building
looks
robot
like in a
stacking
bit.
totes.
But anyways, you get this like 100-page or more manual,
Oh, jeez.
and you got to go through it with your team. And this is the best part. It's brainstorming. It's coming up with ideas, writing on the whiteboard,
This is the part where you can really just let your ideas fly. And I
Right.
mean, anything, really.
anything.
You
I mean, you would be
No,
amazed.
in brainstorming sessions, no ideas are stupid.
Yeah, you would be amazed
Nothing.
at the diversity of robots. Like, you'd think that every robot would follow the same design, but there's literally a
No.
different. Everything is different.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
amazing.
Right.
And to make matters
Worse.
Harder.
You're gonna say worse.
I was gonna say worse, but then I corrected myself because
Yep.
it's
It's
hard
not
fun.
worse. Yeah, it's
No,
fun. It's still fun.
it is extremely
Yep.
fun. And all right, so the build season is 6 weeks long. So it's a tight schedule. It's just like being in a company where you have deadlines. You have a deadline
Yep.
to get this robot done. So you go through all the process of design. You brainstorm. You do prototypes, which prototypes is proving your concepts, or in other words, making devices that can prove your idea.
Yeah.
And you prove
Prove or
that out.
disprove.
Prove or disprove. Yes. Disproving happens a lot.
Yeah,
And,
more than you would imagine.
Yeah.
and then you go into design stage where you draw the robot up in CAD or
Yep.
and then you start building it. And all the while this is all happening, we have the software team working on how to implement the software on the
Yep.
robot to move the mechanical parts around and
Yep.
give it life.
Yeah, but ultimately you do need a robot before you start programming. That is
Yes,
a common.
but you can create.
Yeah, you can.
Conception.
It's a common mantra on our robotics team. I know. You know, we're always like, "How's the programmer doing?" And we're like, "Well, we need a robot." And
That does happen. Sometimes it
Yeah.
takes some time to get
Yeah, I
the
know.
robot up and running.
It's very tough.
And then, after the 6 weeks are up, we wait for the competition. We put the
Yep.
robot in the bag,
A big bag.
and then we look at it and wait.
It's literally.
Just kidding. We don't actually just wait.
You look at it in the bag.
We actually usually build a second
We
robot.
build a
don't we?
second robot to practice,
A
but
replica,
we're
yeah.
competing with the robot in the bag. Because on the robotics team, there's always something to do. You're never standing around. And if you are standing around, you can find something to do because
Yeah.
You can just.
it's a busy,
If you're
It's
if you're
a
looking for
busy-
something to do.
It's
hardest
a busy,
fun you'll ever
yeah,
have.
it's a busy like 3 months, 4 months.
Right.
Yeah, and so
So
not
maybe-
only does FIRST Robotics, it's not only fun, but it also prepares you for the future, like practicing meeting deadlines and just getting involved in engineering
Responsibility.
concepts. Yeah, responsibility. Boom.
Exactly.
Nice.
All right, so that's how the season works. And now some people are like, is there more to joining than just being getting better at science?
Just getting
Like,
experience, having fun.
well, there's actually
than-
money for you
Whoa.
for scholarships because universities are all for having their students.
Yep. I mean, there is a ton
Yeah.
of universities that offer scholarships. Like I know Madison does.
Yeah.
MSOE.
MSOE does. Yeah. And yes.
Michigan.
Does
There's so
MIT,
Michigan
MIT
A
Tech.
lot
does
of,
not?
a lot of
I-
those technical schools too, and big
Yep.
public universities.
Yeah,
do.
but they're. Yeah, I believe so. Correct.
Yep.
And there are so many scholarships. I encourage you all to look up FIRST Robotics scholarships. There's a whole list.
Yep.
Look at it, and that might encourage you even more to come.
And I believe at the
join.
competitions, colleges are actually there. At the competitions,
Yes,
and
colleges
they
are
do talk to
recruiting.
students. They talk to students
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
too.
MIT is the sponsor.
So you
MIT
can
is
you
a
can
sponsor.
you can
Yeah.
get your name out there.
Make yourself known, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question. Are you guys going to talk about what this year's competition is like?
We're getting there.
Oh, we're getting there.
We are
I
getting
got
there.
to slow my
Yep.
jazz.
No, it's okay.
Coming up.
It's okay.
All right.
We'll get there though. I mean,
Questions are great to ask. Questions are always
So-
welcome.
We would love questions.
We're going to first talk about previous years. I don't know, Colin, you want to mention
do I
some
know?
previous years?
I mean, I don't really know what the 2010 game was. But
Well, it looks
was
like
called
soccer,
First
doesn't it?
Breakaway. Oh,
I
yeah.
believe those are soccer balls.
I don't really. Do you know the specifics of that game, other than playing soccer? I mean, Breakaway obviously does look like a soccer game.
right, so
I
some
know.
of these...
I know our robot that year was called Pele. Pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Didn't he play soccer?
Pele did.
He was on.
He was a legendary
Fire.
soccer player.
He
Oh
was on
jeez.
yeah, so with these robots, some of them are
We're gonna have to
resemble
settle down
off
with
of
the puns.
sports because we're talking, like Dean Kamen was all about getting kids interested. They're interested in sports. Why not make a game that is like a sport? So what he did is what he did. He created sport-like games resembling it.
Mm-hmm.
And this started a long, long time ago, and now it's just improved as we got more technology.
Mhm.
And like the soccer, the basketball. I mean, who
Ball
wouldn't
is
want
life.
to? Who wouldn't want to drive a robot around and shoot some hoops?
I know,
Oh.
right?
Throw some
I would love
frisbees.
that.
Aerial Ultimate Ascent was throwing frisbees.
And then throwing massive yoga balls.
Yeah, 2-foot diameter yoga balls.
Oh wow!
Just throwing them all over the
I
place.
know
Are
there
you
was one
catching
game.
them.
Are you
catching them?
Are you throwing them at other robots to
No.
possibly throw off their game?
I mean, that might be a strategy, but that wasn't the ultimate goal.
This
of the
is
game, I
all
don't think.
cooperation. We're not trying to. This is not BattleBots. To
Did
clarify,
you do
some people are like, "Oh, you got
BattleBots
BattleBots
interests me.
competition coming
Although
up."
some people would want BattleBots, but
Some people would, but with all the money that goes into this, and then the aspect of not wanting to destroy other robots,
That'd
I know there's a
probably-
budget limit too for
There's a
building a
budget.
robot. So having to replace your robot every competition
it's just a lot more practical and
gets
fun
gets a bit
to
ridiculous.
have a reliable robot.
Yeah, and I know there was a game in previous years which I thought would be really fun. It's called like Stack Attack, right? Where all you did was like knock over like massive stacks of bins, of plastic bins.
Mhm.
Like that would just be awesome. Just to drive a robot full speed into a stack of bins.
And then the Rebound Rumble, March Madness is going on right
Yeah.
now. You could just have some robots on the field playing
Oh,
for March Madness.
if they would have done a March Madness bracket for like the World Championships and that,
Did anyone have the logo
That'd
of
have been
this
amazing.
on them?
no,
No one had this logo, this legendary 3 logo on them.
I don't think so. I mean, that wasn't well known back then. That happened actually a year ago.
Oh,
So
shoot.
that was, yeah, 2012. Obviously not a year ago. So
I mean,
yeah,
it's close enough.
it
close
could,
enough,
I mean,
close enough.
what else are we talking about?
We're talking
Well,
about the
now we're going
this
to
year's.
talk
I
about
believe-
this year.
Actually, Fondy Fire In 2012, they did go to the World Championships, didn't they? Didn't they make it to Einstein?
They did make it to Einstein, which is the field that the
Where champions are crowned.
Yes.
What about the 2015 one?
Fondy Fire is our team, by the way.
Oh, there's a May 2015.
All right.
Boom.
So
2015.
Oh.
Should we go through both game animations, or should we
I
just
would
play?
love to.
You would love to?
I would love to.
All right. So we're gonna show last year's game, which was stacking bins and recycling.
It was called
cans.
Recycle Rush.
Recycle Rush. We're gonna play it for you.
So excited.
Welcome to the 2015 FIRST Robotics competition. Here's how we play Recycle Rush. The objective is to build stacks of totes, place recycling bins on top, and recycle litter. The game is played by 2 alliances of 3 teams each on a 27 by 54 foot field, divided into red and blue sides by a step. There are human player stations in the corners. Each side has a landfill zone, an auto zone, and 2 scoring platforms. Alliances stay on their own side of the field throughout the 2.5-minute match, though there will be some interaction near the step. The field and alliance stations are stocked with 3 types of game pieces: totes, recycling containers, and pool noodles, which we call litter. Yellow totes have some reflective tape, which makes robot vision tracking easier. Robots start anywhere on their side of the field, but not in the landfill zone or auto zone. During the 15-second autonomous period at the start of each match, robots use pre-programmed instructions to try to move themselves, yellow totes, and recycling containers into the auto zone. Bonus points are awarded for stacking the yellow totes. Additionally, robots may begin acquiring gray totes and recycling containers from the landfill or step. As the teleoperated period starts, drivers step forward to take the controls. Alliances earn points by stacking totes on their platforms. Each gray tote is worth 2 points. Teams may obtain gray totes from either the landfill, the step, or from a human player via the tote chute. Recycling containers placed on top of scored totes are worth 4 points per level. Robots may obtain litter from the human players via the litter chute. Litter in a scored recycling container is worth 6 points. Litter in the landfill is worth 1 point. Alliances may attempt to throw their litter onto the opposing alliance's side of the field until there are 20 seconds left in the match. Litter, marked with the opposing alliance color and not in scoring position on the field at the end of a match, is considered unprocessed litter, and each piece will add 4 points to the score of the opposing alliance. Alliances may work together to earn a 20-point cooperation bonus by placing 4 yellow totes on the step. Stacking these 4 totes earns an additional 20-point bonus for each alliance. To rank well during qualification matches and advance through the playoff matches to the finals, teams will want to maximize their score for each match. Simply outscoring the opposing alliance on individual matches does not guarantee improved rank. Information displayed after each match will show how the team's performance affected their average score and current rank for the tournament. Of course, robots will need to be built robustly to avoid damage from falling game pieces. Have fun with Recycle Rush and good luck!
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We
All right.
are
All right.
back.
So, that was last year's game.
I am so
Recycle Rush.
invigorated after watching that.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
A
So-
lot of different things can happen. in
So that game was it was not the same as many of the other years.
No.
Not
because-
resembling a sport. It was like more the industry where you're stacking boxes and stacking
Yep.
things on top.
And you know, the robots are actually separated from each other,
Right.
Yep, there
which
was
is uncommon.
no
because-
contact between the 2
Yeah.
opposing alliances.
Whereas opposing to previous years and this year,
Yep.
we're going to be going full contact, just ramming each other. Not
Exactly.
I think that was a pretty good challenge, though, because it
It
forces
was
you
a
to
great
think
challenge.
of
I had-
something that's unfamiliar
Some
to
people
everyone.
did not like that challenge, but I personally really liked it.
I thought
Yeah.
it was very applicable to
It was
real
very
life.
I thought it was really exciting, you know, at the competitions when you're just seeing the stacks like getting super
Yeah.
high,
Yeah,
and
and
everyone,
then, like,
and they're just like multiple
then they,
giant
like-
stacks.
it's like hodgepodge.
so close to tipping.
Yeah, and
it's
everyone's like, oh my
it's
god,
leading.
Well, if you think about it, it's something unfamiliar because you do sports, so everyone has something to base it off of because everyone's played
Right.
soccer, basketball at some point. in
It's
their
just
life.
like
Now
a sporting event at these competitions.
Yeah.
There's like up to 60 teams or more.
You can hear the crowd going wild. Like last year, I vividly remember, like the stacks tipping sideways, and then the
Yeah.
crowd goes, oh.
And then when the
it
garbage
falls.
can fell
Yeah.
off the top, it was just
Yep.
everyone was just like, oh.
Everyone
And when they're
Just
fighting
was-
for the cans in the middle, you saw that in the video
Yeah, people
where
are just like
cans are in the middle.
just-
Yeah, robots would fight for it.
Yeah, it'd be like a tug of war.
So it
between robots.
was
And-
Robot Wars.
Just to say
In
something,
a sense, guys.
like
in
that
aspect.
video right there probably seemed complicated. I know it's a lot to throw into 3
Yeah,
minutes.
like we watched that video
Yeah,
probably
enough
about
times.
10 times
Yeah.
in one day just to
Yeah.
like
And read,
understand all
and read
the
the
aspects of the game.
manual. All right,
Yeah, we
should
read the manual about
should we
30
show,
times, too.
now that we kind of have that one down?
Now let's
should
see
we,
this year's.
this
Well, wait.
year's-
Do you just want to do a quick
Do we wanna-
description of it?
What do you got?
Do we want to give our results from last year at all, or no? Are we going to get to that later?
We
or-
can talk about our results. from
Our
last
results.
year. Yeah,
Okay.
we actually did really well last year.
I feel like we did. Unfortunately, we did not advance to the World Championships, but we were
Close.
right there at
Twice.
our both regionals. We went to the Milwaukee Regional and
And
the
the
Chicago
Chicago.
Regional,
Yes.
aka the Midwest Regional.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
And I believe in
Semi-finalists.
Milwaukee, we were not a picking team, so we were not in the
Who
top
we were
8.
picked for?
We were picked.
We
We
were
were like-
picked in the first round.
Yeah, we did not have a good qualification
Yeah.
session.
Round.
We should
It did
probably,
not demonstrate our true ability, but when we got into our next competition,
Yeah, we were like third out
Yeah.
of 50-some teams,
we were ranked.
and we got to pick
We
our own
were
teams.
first for a while.
Some
Yeah,
would
we
say
were-
if
yeah.
you're not first, you're last.
And we're hoping.
But if I say you're third,
you're
you're
last.
third.
No, you're last.
Should we watch this here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Do you just want
No,
to do a
we're
quick
good.
description of this first?
Oh yeah, so this is a mini lifting game.
Welcome to the FIRST Robotics competition and the 2016 tournament challenge, FIRST Stronghold. The Alliance quest is to breach the opponent's defenses, known as the Outer Works, weaken their tower with boulders, and capture it. The low bar in position 1 is permanent. The defense in position 3 changes periodically by audience selection. Opponents are savvy and will be strategically selecting the remaining 3 defenses to strengthen their outer works while in line for their next match. There are more than 10,000 possible field configurations. Robots start in the neutral zone and may have 1 boulder each. Additional boulders will be placed on the midline and in each castle. Alliances may assign a spy bot to start in their opponent's courtyard and a human player to occupy the spy station to signal intelligence about activities on the far side of the field to their castle. The first 15 seconds of the match, the robots are autonomous and may earn points by reaching their opponent's outer works, crossing defenses, and scoring boulders in goals. During the following 2-minute and 15-second teleoperated period, human drivers remotely control their robots. They retrieve boulders, overcome opponent defenses, and score boulders and goals from their opponent's courtyard. The first time a robot fully crosses a defense, some of the base lights will turn off, indicating that defense's strength is reduced. On the second crossing, all lights turn off, indicating that defense is considered damaged. Once any 4 of the 5 opponent defenses are considered damaged, the outer works are breached and the Alliance receives points. Human players deliver boulders to their secret passage through their castle wall. Alliances may have only 1 robot at a time in their own courtyard to defend their castle. As boulders are scored, the tower loses strength. Once enough boulders are scored in the opponent's tower, the opponent's flag will drop, indicating the tower has been weakened and can now be captured at the end of the match by surrounding it. During the last 20 seconds, robots may extend to reach the tower rungs and scale the tower for additional points. If an alliance captures their opponent's tower at the end of the match, their flag is raised and the alliance earns more points. The alliance with the highest score at the end of the match earns the win. Step into your castle, proudly raise your team standard, and face the challenge ahead at this year's FIRST Robotics competition, FIRST Stronghold.
back again.
And
back.
we're back.
Okay. So yeah, that is the game for this year. Stronghold, medieval themed game. Very,
Yeah, I believe
very
the,
complicated. Good
At
stuff.
the game reveal, they did a Monty Python themed
Yep.
introduction.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Monty Python
know,
and the Holy Grail.
the
not
Holy
to
Grail.
be confused with any of the other ones.
Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Folks, if you haven't seen that movie,
See it, it's a real watcher.
it's hilarious.
I believe it's
classic.
rated 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Very good movie.
Yeah, so you won't be disappointed. And
Yeah.
back to the game.
Back to the game. So, medieval themed game, climbing at the end, driving through many obstacles.
I mean, there's so many different aspects of this game that you
many
have to
games,
conquer.
right.
I do want to mention one thing. It kind of mentioned autonomous and teleop. Autonomous is where you program the robot to act on its own. So it's 15 seconds, and you program the robot to do a set of instructions on its own. So this is where the software comes in, and it's a lot of fun trying to use sensors and all that.
Yep.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Join robotics.
join
Join
robotics.
robotics.
And you don't need to know because
You'll learn.
We'll
we
tell you.
teach and we
will
learn.
teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. So I mean, there's like what, 8 different obstacles. How many? 10?
9, right?
9.
9.
Because if we're counting
the-
the low bar.
Are we counting the low bar?
Yep.
So that'd be 9 including the low bar. Okay,
No,
so that
8.
means what?
Yeah, 9 including.
Oh,
Okay,
what? Oh, no,
we're good.
Okay,
Shoot.
so we got 9 different obstacles that each present a different challenge. Like you saw, there's like rough terrain or like different
Yeah.
height blocks.
And the low bar is 16 inches, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
so I mean,
So
there's a lot of
short
teams.
robot, and then if you want to climb, it's got to get tall.
Yeah, so you got to be
So-
short and tall, I guess, if you want to do everything in this game,
That is
which
correct.
is what a lot of teams
Legendary.
are trying to do. So I mean, you got to be able to manipulate objects, doors, and everything.
Yep.
So definitely a lot of different things to include
Exactly.
on your robot, a lot of different things to program. So a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. All right, so these are just some pictures of robots. I just random search and
Just threw some hodgepodge.
yeah. So some people may be wondering what they look like. They look
like that.
anything you can imagine, and they are quite big. Like they're not just a small robot running around.
I believe they can be 4 feet tall this year, or something like
Something
4.5
like that.
feet.
54 inches, I believe it's
Okay.
standing.
4.5 feet then.
Yes.
There we go. So I
And
mean, that's
So
almost as
excited
tall as a
for
human
robotics.
being. Last year they could be 6 feet.
72 inches.
Yeah, they could be 6 feet tall last year.
Or
So they could
78.
be as tall as me.
72 or
They
78.
could be as tall as me
Yes.
if I'm still in the frame.
yeah, they could be tall. And we're just showing that this robot is expensive, and it's all paid for by sponsors.
Yep.
You do fundraising, and the sponsors pay for it, and
And we thank them from the bottom
we
of our
thank
heart.
them so
Yes.
much. And they
We
give
do
us
work for them,
opportunities
too.
to do so much, and just the different designs. When you go to competition and walk around the pits,
Mhm.
and just see all the robots, it's like,
Like it just intrigues
Wow,
you.
so
like,
many
you have
solutions
to,
to
you
the
have to
same
walk up to
problem.
them. You gotta be like, why did you do that? Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
looks cool.
And the people are so willing to answer your questions. Like, everybody
Yeah.
there is really
like
friendly.
everyone's proud of what they've done,
Right.
and we don't bash anyone. We don't
Except
say
for
that's
Keel.
bad. No,
Not even Keel.
I don't.
Okay.
No,
No.
we gotta be graciously
Keel.
professional.
We
is
love Keel.
improving, and I think Kiel's the perfect opportunity for students at our high school, and the Holstein High School,
Yeah,
to join.
because New Holstein does not have a robotics team as of
Right.
now.
So
And
the
when I joined the
rivalry
team,
is
Kiel was
now
not
gone.
around,
Mm-hmm.
but now
Same here.
Kiel has come. So
Yeah, that's a great opportunity. It's really local. I mean,
So,
Kiel is only like 3 miles away.
talking about Kiel and
Yep, here we
Fond
go.
du Lac. So 3 years ago is when I joined, and Fond du Lac was the only team available, so I was traveling there, which is about 30 minutes away from here
Yeah.
by car.
Uh-huh.
And Kiel's team is a lot closer,
Yeah.
and I think that is the perfect opportunity for students in our area.
Yep. So like, why drive 30 minutes when you can
Right.
drive 5?
See, I
and have
didn't
the
want
same
to.
experience, pretty much.
Yeah.
So can
So
you
we right here, this group right here, this is my brother, and that we go to Fond du Lac because
I'm the adopted brother.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah. We
during
were-
the robotics
I have
season.
a quick question.
pretty
Could you
much.
explain your design on this year's, or is that still classified?
We probably could. I mean,
Yeah,
it's in a bag.
Yeah,
so
it's
I mean,
not
yeah.
classified.
You can start talking, but I'll pull up a video.
oh,
Right.
okay.
So it's going to be kind of hard to describe this without like a picture or some reference point to show you guys, but
We have
It's-
a chassis
yeah.
type thing.
So a chassis is the body of a robot.
Yes.
Just think of that as kind of like a rectangle. we're not gonna go like too specific for like the electronics and whatever.
Yeah.
But it has a set of arms that open like this, I suppose you could say. It's really hard to describe.
Do we have
video?
YouTube videos?
We have a video of us driving around, I guess. Like
Well,
that.
I mean, we could just anything we can to show the
Alright.
people, to give the people what they want.
Well, we also have
Let's go here.
a shooter. A shooter. We pick up the dodgeball.
Yeah, it's like a big dodgeball.
Yep, and it's got
So
two
this is
spinning wheels.
our first test with the
You
autonomous
wanna replay
program.
that?
Yeah, I'll replay it for you.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
There we go. And as you can see, there's a ball inside of the.
Yeah, and all this is autonomous. The autonomous period where the robot is moving on its own pre-programmed instructions.
We're not controlling this.
So as you can see, we have 6 wheels, 3 on each side. They're called pneumatic wheels, so they have air in them,
Yep.
much like a bike tire.
Right.
A smaller bike tire, obviously. I don't know. What's
Yeah.
the diameter on
8
those?
inches.
8-inch pneumatic wheels.
I could drive a bike like that.
You could.
Mhm.
It is very possible, I believe.
How
I do
did
have
you
a,
program it to shoot autonomously? I understand that it has to shoot at a goal autonomously, so how did you
Right.
plan
so,
on the targeting system per se?
I mean,
that's Ethan's avenue.
So I'm working on vision processing right now. I have it working where we have a camera on the front, and using object detection with a light shining. Okay, a light shining at the target. We get color back and we do some processing. I don't want to get too into the specifics because this is more about the big ideas, and everyone can learn this
Yeah.
if they join the team. And so what I've been doing is I've got it to work, so I have it in PID loops, which is our control loops, and it will move the shooter to the correct position to make the goal. And it
So
will change the
basically,
speed.
You have
of
a
the
camera,
wheels.
and then in the camera you have programmed an image of the goal, so it finds that image and then it shoots at it.
That is
For
essentially
simpler terms?
Simpler terms, yes.
looks for it and centers it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
gives the coordinates of where it is. It can get.
And then there's like a speed to distance ratio, something
you
like
have
that.
the-
Some calculations that go on.
Do you have the arms preset at a power, or does it preset itself based on how far away
Yeah,
it
so the
is?
arms are using pneumatic cylinders, so we're using air. It's not hydraulics, like some people may think. It's air.
We can't use hydraulics,
No,
right?
no,
No
that would
hydraulics.
be bad.
Because if that would break on the field.
So we have new air
Yeah.
tanks on the robot, and we program solenoids to fire on and off. Which solenoids is a fancy way of saying switch to. Yeah, that's just the term.
We love our fancy terms.
So it is a preset power, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so we program buttons on the joystick. So like a PS3 or 2 controller, you
Yep.
plug it into your computer, and that's what you'll be driving the robot. So if you're good at video games, you could join robotics.
Yeah, robotics.
If you're good at racing games, like NASCAR, Forza,
You don't even have to be good at anything.
no,
You
you
can just
don't.
join
You
robotics.
actually don't.
Look at Colin. Just kidding.
Oh, wow.
Here's an image.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
This
Oh
image
shoot!
right here.
Inside
it is.
information.
Are we leaking this?
Shoot! This has been leaked.
I believe all the
So this is a couple weeks ago, but yeah, the pneumatics are kind of hanging off. But anyways, the arms right there. So this is what Isaac was trying to describe, where the arms.
The arms are
it's
sitting
kind
on
of,
top.
If you know what a scissors lift looks like, this is basically
Yeah.
half a scissors lift
Goes-
that all works together,
It
and
goes like,
should work quite well.
and it goes. I think it has two stages, right? Where it like opens up like halfway, and then it opens up full, where
Yeah,
it's like
right
fully
here.
extended.
I'm circling it right now with my mouse.
2 cylinders
Two
there.
cylinders that create 4 positions because you can trigger them.
Where's your shooter for the ball?
that was on the front end. You can
Oh,
see
those
it.
are those
Yeah, with the
those
wheels.
wheel
Yeah.
type things.
And that thing,
Fine, we're
it's like a gear,
This is the last slide.
and then it like rotates, like it can rotate like
and
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, more
So-
than it can probably rotate 360 degrees if you let it, but the robot's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
do
we
wanna-
have positioning controls, and
Do we
it's a lot
wanna?
of fun.
Oh,
Go for it.
eh.
Do we want to what?
Do we want to go through like how competitions work, or I know we've been like mentioning competitions and like
Yeah, we could talk.
and we could
that.
talk
You
about
wanna
like
go
how
for
they
it?
exactly work. So competitions are usually last the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Teams are there. Teams get there Wednesday night.
Wednesday night
They
can
put their
set up.
robot in the arena in their
Yep.
pit.
Yep.
And then Thursday they're working on the either working on the robot all day, and there's actually practice matches too, so you can test your robot, make sure everything's working right. seeing what you need to fix, and Thursday is basically just making sure everything's ready for the competition.
Yeah, the practice matches.
Yeah, I mean, this goes pretty much from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Right? I mean,
It goes, yeah.
it goes
In that
upwards of
range.
8 to 10
Eventually
hours, maybe
it closes,
even a day.
and unfortunately you have to leave the robot
Yeah,
and
it's
sleep.
a sad day. I mean,
Yeah.
not much. You don't get much sleep during competitions. I found
No.
that out the hard way last year.
It's a lot of fun meeting everyone, though.
It is, yeah. You
Yeah,
get to
so
talk with a lot of teams.
qualifications.
Yep.
Then
Friday qualification matches start, where it's just like you're paired with random teams and you just participate in like maybe 10 or 15 matches throughout all of Friday and Saturday morning, and you are ranked. I don't know, based on
like 1 to 60 or whatever, how many teams there are.
based on team or your average score.
Yeah,
But I think this year it's like ranking points.
points.
So depending on what things you do, you'll get ranking points. So ranking points are actually a huge factor in
Yeah,
the
so whatever the
rankings.
game may be, you have points, you follow the rules, you get the points, and you're ranked.
Yep, and then Saturday afternoon.
Sunday fun.
Yeah.
Day.
Saturday afternoon comes and, final qualification match is done. Now it's time for the top 8 teams to go out onto the field, and you get to pick.
They're alliance partners.
Yeah, you get to pick your alliance partners. Does it go in a snake? Does
So
it
do you
go
get to-
1 through
Yeah, so it
1
goes
through 8?
1 through 8,
and 8 through
then
1?
8 through 1.
Okay, so then there's. Do you pick a 4th one in the regional competitions, or?
I believe that was introduced last year into the World Championship.
Okay,
I'm not sure if it'll be in.
so only World
regionals.
Championships. Okay. Yeah.
So do you get to watch everyone qualify? So you get to
Yeah.
know what you're on
Right,
for
so
an
once
alliance?
they're there, if you get picked, or if you're a picking team, you're fortunate to be in the top 8 alliances, because now it's groups of 3 robots in every alliance, and now you're competing
And then playoffs go
competition.
bracket style, March Madness.
Yeah. And then
Broken
winner,
bracket.
the winning alliance gets to go to world competition.
Yes.
So next week, Fondy Fire and Kiel.
We'll
we
be competing
have
at Milwaukee.
a Milwaukee competition coming up, and
Yep. That
we
will be at
hope-
the Panther Arena on the UWM campus.
Is there a place online where you can watch this?
Yes, I'm not exactly sure.
yeah, the Blue Alliance, it's called.
Oh, it's called
Blue Alliance. Okay.
Yep, that's where they just live stream all the matches and stuff, and they
Yeah.
include commentary.
So I
on the
hope
matches.
we do
That's
well.
pretty awesome.
We're definitely having our hopes high for this.
Yep.
And should we wrap it up?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So before we go off, I just want to say in the description for this video, we have included the links to the website. So I encourage you to take a look if you want to join robotics. Maybe contact Kiel. You can just contact the teams. They're more than willing to have you join. They want you to join. So go to the website, go to the contact page of either Fond du Lac or Kiel, whatever suits you better, and get in touch and join robotics.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Pretty
love
much
robotics.
join robotics.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
It may be like, it's just hard, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't regret it.
Would
No.
you go as far as to say robotics is love, robotics is life?
I would say it is.
It
It
would.
is life. I
I'd
mean,
say so.
it's pretty much what I'm going to be doing in the future. So.
It's the hardest fun you'll ever have.
Yep. We've said
Big
that
shout
about
out to
8 times.
Ethan on his admission to MIT.
Yeah.
We were all very excited about that. Congratulations, Ethan.
Thank you. I'm very excited to attend. It's
Good.
Class of 2020 at MIT,
Dreams.
folks.
You'll be building more robots.
I'm very excited.
See, because of robotics. Now he's
Yep.
going to
Yep.
build more robotics.
All right.
Robots lead to more robots.
Robots lead to MIT.
Oh.
Oh,
It could be.
Shoot,
mean-
maybe.
It's certainly not out of the question.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. I'm still feel like I'm dreaming. But
Yep.
Thank you. All right.
You're awake.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope
Yeah.
robotics is of interest to you now.
yep. Signing off.
Okay.
Savage.